Good afternoon, hello, it's Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Today's another day of triathlon training, and man, it is hot. If you're in the UK at the minute, we're experiencing this little mini heat wave we're having. I think it's 28 degrees right now. So I'm gonna call this heat prep. Like running, when it's this hot, I don't know how you can get any hotter. I'll see people doing the, saunas and baths and stuff, etc. But getting out and training in the heat, and actually just getting used to it, I think it's worth so much. It's definitely helping me mentally stress out less about it, even if I'm suffering. So, right, lunchtime run, 5-ish miles to do. Nothing special, just getting it done. If anything, really focusing on running easy. I do go up quite a big hill, but just gonna try and keep it, literally as easy as I can, but I'm still moving and just not combust. I'm too ginger for this weather. And then tonight, it's the club chain gang. Feeling a bit tired. Yesterday was an easy day, but not sleeping very well, the heat, etc. Just means I'm not recovering as well as I had hoped. So I'm gonna not go too crazy tonight, I don't think. I look forward to a good ride with the guys. But first, let's get this run done. Run done and dusted. Stats on screen. I'm absolutely saturated. Although this is not actually sunny, it's quite cloudy. It is baking hot. But gotta get it done, haven't we? Right. Afternoon at work. I'll see you tonight for chain gang. Okay then, evening ride time. I'm out on the Elves again. It's only the second time I've ridden it, but the second chain gang. I seem to just only ride it when we're doing the chain gang ride, which is a good ride to test it, but it's not a good ride to make a review video because of course we're just riding full gas the whole way. So I might have to just do a narrated video, I don't know. We'll try and get on it next week on a steady ride where I can stop and actually talk about it. We'll see. It looks really, it's really overcast. It's 28 degrees Celsius. It is so muggy and hot. So 2 bottles, I even put loads of ice cubes in my bottles. See how long they'll last, probably not very long. Not gonna go too crazy tonight. I don't need to put myself on a hole before the weekend. Let's see how we go. Oh, okay. Chain gang done and dusted. I've absolutely grovelled my way around, in honesty. Dropped a couple of times. My legs are screaming. I've just really suffered. I think it's probably a combination of the heat and, a big week of training. But if the last few years have taught me anything, they have taught me a few things. Sometimes you have bad sessions or bad days. And I had a great run at lunchtime, so sometimes you have bad sessions. There's not really an explanation, you just move on from it. I don't need to dwell on it and try and unpick some super detailed reason. It's probably because it's 28 degrees. I'm 99 kilos now. I'm trying to ride my bike real hard after running at lunchtime, that's probably why. Anyway, let's get home. Okay. Okay. I've got my phone in my hand. So I was actually going to delete that video because I wasn't happy with the ride at all, wasn't happy with the video at all. However, I think it's important for me to still continue to document these days where it really doesn't go as planned. Now, there are only 4 of us out on the chain gang, so that means that it's not a chain gang ride, you're just riding as a group, and we were doing turns on the front and peeling off, and it's absolutely perfect for that sort of ride. If you're feeling strong, you can go for longer on the front or go harder on the front. If you're not feeling as good, you can sit in, do 10-20 seconds on the front and peel off. There's options. I was using those options as wisely as I could, but I was still just a million miles off the mark. I got dropped on the way out when Dean was on the front, and although I was having to ride hard because he's strong, normally I can, I was like third wheel at the time, so the drafting benefit for me is quite big. I should be able to just sit in the pace line there, but just wasn't, and I just knew that I wasn't doing well in the heat. I think because I know that I don't perform well in the heat, it's in my mind, and then when it's hot, I'm like, oh, you're not going to do well tonight, you're going to struggle. And then when it starts getting hard, I start thinking, oh, you're going to struggle. Of course you're struggling because it's hot. So I'm battling those sort of demons as well, but I can't get away from the fact that, physically I'm carrying a fair bit of body mass. It is harder to shed heat when you are carrying more body fat. That's just a fact. So I just need to, temper my efforts accordingly. Unfortunately, not something I can do on a chain gang ride when I'm trying to hang on, but I just nursed myself around. Looking at the power numbers, numbers. I was like 50 watts down on what I'd normally do on that sort of ride, but I wanted to talk about it because I don't want that to define your day or your week or your training week. I'm getting quite good now at just not disregarding, but definitely moving on from a bad session or a bad ride. I still did 2 hours on the bike with some intensity in like 28-degree heat, and it rained as well. So I wasn't like upset about it, and I knew that, well, okay, that's one session that's bad. You'll have a good session in a few days. You'll have another bad session. Like, it's just all par for the course. And the next morning after this chain gang, I was going for a steady long run with Dean, who was on the chain gang, and world record Saxby. And I was a bit worried. When I got home, I like had 2 protein shakes, plenty of food, plenty of fluid, and just thought, I'm going to struggle tomorrow morning. And I got to the beginning of the run, and I almost thought I might be doing 2 or 3 miles and turning back. We had an 11-mile route to do, but I got into the run and I actually felt really good. And I just, got around absolutely fine. Didn't do anything special, but was able to run with the guys, get my planned session done, and finished it thinking, yeah, I feel okay. Almost like night and day different to the night before. So it just further reiterates to me that when you have those one bad sessions, don't feel that you're not fit or in bad form or you're going to suffer for days and days to come. Like, just try and just put it in a box, move on from it. I am, a fan of sometimes, if you miss some training, catching up from it and fitting it in when you can within reason. But for those sorts of sessions where I've still done the actual thing, I've just not done it very well, just put it in a box. Learn from it if you can, but all I'm taking from that is that sometimes you have some bad days and sometimes you have some good days. So that's what I wanted to share from this video. I didn't really want to make it look like, I never have tough days, or when I have tough days, I just battle through it and don't worry about it because I'm super strong and mentally strong and all of that. It does affect me a little bit, but when you've had so many bad days and so many good days, you learn to ride that roller coaster, and that's what we're on. What is it? Is it Robbie Williams? Life's a roller coaster, baby, just gotta ride it. Or is that Sugar Babes? I don't know. Anyway, either way, that's the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please do hit the like and subscribe button. Thank goodness it's cooling down in the next few days, and I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock for some more triathlon training. Come on.